Hello, this is Mark. I work at one of the Apple retail store. I think after you have read the name of this video, you might wonder, Mark, are you stupid or something? Because the iPhone 5 hasn't yet been released, but you call this topic iPhone 5 versus iPhone 4S. Please let me explain it this way. After I put my hands on the iPhone 4S and I've been playing around almost 24 hours a day with the iPhone 4S, I found many downfall points of the iPhone 4S, and you don't have to agree with me, and I don't care, because seeking and you shall find. If you watch my videos and you're trying to find the point to complain about or anything, you'll find that. But if you see my videos, you watch my video and you're trying to find knowledge, so you spend your time to watch my videos and you're trying to find knowledge in my videos, and you will get your knowledge too. First, the iPhone 4S has the top antenna, so when you hold it like this, and many of my customers say after they talk on the iPhone 4S for a very long time, they felt like slightly dizzy and they got headache because the antenna is pretty close to their brains. To be perfectly honest, this is very interesting because you might have to use something called like Bluetooth headset, or like Jawbones or Jabra one, or the hands-free. That's the first one. After I have explained about this idea in Thailand, many people agreed with me, but you don't have to agree with me, but it's an interesting point. If you've been keeping up with my programs, you might have seen that I use a flip phone. That was the reason. The flip phone that I used was the flip phone that I have checked the blueprints of the infrastructures of that phone, and I found that the antenna is located at the bottom of the phone, so it's pretty far from my brain. Secondly, the iPhone 4S has the dual-core processor. This processor is not new. It's the one we found in the iPad 2. Third, the personal assistant called Siri. After I have been playing around with Siri for almost 2 weeks, and I can say one thing, that Siri first is not new. Secondly, it's not trustworthy. It's not reliable. It's fine if you want to use Siri just to, wake you up in the mornings or jot down something just for temporarily, but for important things, sometimes it's not reliable. But the point is that some people might say things, well, Mark, the iPhone 4S has 8 megapixel camera. And we've been very surprised that okay, it has 8 megapixel cameras, and so what? The price of the phone for 8 megapixel camera. But nowadays you can spend $60 for a brand called like BenQ camera. You can get like 16 million pixel or more on the market. So there's no big deals about the cameras, and many people at the store they kept complaining about the battery life of the iPhone 4S. So let's say you are a very active user. You want to get the most out of your phone. You do everything. You know, shoot videos, you take picture using the 8 megapixel camera, you play game Infinity Blade 2. You know what? Your phone can survive more than 10 hours and it's over. But the primary idea that forces me to make this video is the RAM. It's about the RAMs. It's 512 megabyte. And we all have to understand that the thing is, RAM is one of the most important resources that we need when we want to do multitasking. I'm not trying to betray Apple and say things like, well, Apple is not good. No, because I work for Apple, I love Apple, and Steve Jobs saved my life. But I'm going to say that I have a question for you. Let's say they will release the iPhone 5, and after that the iPhone 6, the iPhone 7, the iPhone 8, 9, 10, and so on. My question is, are you going to buy every product that Apple release, or what? That's the point. Are you going to buy everything that they release? Let me make it even clearer. Okay, you bring up Safari, go to apple.com, go to Macs, and then you see the entry-level MacBook Pro 13-inch and also the top-of-the-line MacBook Pro 13-inch. And you can see a pretty huge gaps between the two. You go for least expensive one, you got 500 gigabyte for storage. Go top of the line, you got 750. So I'm not saying the top of the line is not good, but if you can save this amount to buy an external hard drive, so you might get like 4 terabytes. Okay, but if you go for top of the line, you got 250 more. So I'm going to say, I don't really care about the 5 because nobody really knows. Honestly, it might have larger screen, of course, faster processor, probably quad core, and 1 gigabyte of RAMs, higher resolution for cameras, retina display, Siri, whatever. But I think that this might be useful if you are trying to figure it out if you should wait. This is not just me meditating and just tell you from my brain. No. The things that I have explained to you today, and I have taken your time for 8.5 minutes, were proven. Those things were proven by customers in Thailand. And then we have agreed, and they said, well, you made pretty good point, Mark. I'll wait. So the point is, I think you should wait for the iPhone 5, to be perfectly honest. And probably you might have to wait for the iPhone 6. Many people ask me, Mark, why didn't you buy Apple phones? Well, you know what? I'm not trying to brag about myself, but today I'm an inside man completely. I have the power and authorities to bring any gadgets home and show you right now, including the 4, including the 4S. Now, for me personally, the reason that I didn't buy the iPhone 4 because for me, as a trainer, Apple gave me my own personal iPod Touch 4th generation. So why did I have to spend my own money to buy that? Because I've been playing around with this all the time at the store. I didn't buy the iPhone 4S because first, it was quite disappointed to see, well, it has only 512 megabytes, and I wasn't very excited about the 8 megapixel camera. And I've been trying to play around with Siri, and to be perfect, it's just a fancy features for showing off someone. That's the reason why. I'm not saying iPhone 4S is not good, okay, but I found something. The antenna is close to your brain. If you don't believe me, fine, it's up to you, and I don't care. As I said, seeking and you shall find. You come to see my clips. If you want to find something to complain, you got it. But if you want to find some hidden knowledge, because you know what, I'm a kind of person that work very hard. I gotta sleep like 4 or 5 a.m. every day, and my life is Apple. You know what, I brush my teeth at the Apple store. Sometimes I gotta work up to like 2-3 a.m. in the morning when we have to set ups or we have a long meetings about the upcoming new products. So I think I kind of know what I'm talking about. So I hope these videos might give you some idea whether you should wait for the iPhone 5s or get the iPhone 4S. So that's my idea. I hope you get something. Don't waste your time to type any comments to complain about anything, because today I can't catch up with them anymore. If you have any questions concerning about buying Macs, please kindly send me your message directly to me via my Facebook page or via YouTube. Send me your personal message. Don't ask your questions and through the comments, because I can't catch up. I love you, okay? Because the thing is, I love Apple products, and my goal is to spend my lifetime to destroy Android. Be Steve Jobs' slave, because he saved my life. Thanks for watching.